Om Shanti. Today, 4th October 2023, Baba says, sweet children, have the faith that you are soul and that those are your bodies. There is no question of having vision in this. Even if people were to have a vision of a soul, they would not be able to understand it. Question. By following which Srimat of Father will you be liberated from being punished in the jail of a womb? Answer. The Father's Srimat is children become conqueror of attachment, belong to the one Father and none other. Simply remember me and don't perform any sinful acts and you will be liberated from being punished in the jail of womb. You have been jailbirds here for birth after birth. The Father has now come to liberate you from that punishment. There is no jail in the jail of womb in the golden age. Om Shanti. The spiritual father explains to you spiritual children what a soul is and who is the supreme soul his father is. He explained this once again because this is an impure world. Those who are impure are always senseless. The pure world is sensible world. Bharat was a pure world, that is, it was the kingdom of deities. It was the kingdom of Lakshmi and Narayan. They were very wealthy and happy, but the people of Bharat don't understand these things. They don't know the Father, the Supreme Father, the Creator. It is only human beings who know. We would know this, animals would not know this. They even remember, oh Supreme Father, Supreme Soul, He is a Paralokik Father. The soul remembers his Supreme Father, Supreme Soul. It is a physical Father who gives birth to a body, whereas the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul is Paralokik Father, the Father of souls. People worship Lakshmi and Narayan. They understand that they existed in the golden age and Ram and Sita were in the silver age. The Father comes here and explains, children, you have been remembering me, your Paralokik Father, for birth after birth. The God, the Father, would definitely be the incorporeal one. We souls are also incorporeal. We became corporeal after coming here. This very small matter does not enter anyone's intellect. The unlimited Father of yours is the Creator. You call out, you are the Mother and Father. We belong to you and so we become the masters of heaven. Then we forget you and become masters of hell. The Father now sits here and explains, so this one, I am the Creator and this is my creation. I am explaining the secret of it to you. This one also understands. No one has seen a soul, so why do they say I am a soul? You understand that you souls share your bodies and takes other. It is said a charitable soul, a great soul. You have the faith. I am a soul and this is my body. Each body is perishable, whereas an imperishable soul is a child of Supreme Soul, Supreme Father. This is such an easy matter, but good sensible ones are unable to understand. Maya has locked your intellect. You can't have a vision of yourself as soul. It is souls that take many births. Their fathers changes in every birth. Why do you not have the faith that you are a soul? You ask to have a vision of a soul. For many births you did. Did you tell anyone that you should have a vision of a soul? Some people do have a vision of soul, but they are unable to understand anything. You don't know the Father. No one apart from unlimited Father grants souls a vision of God. They say, oh God, so He is the Father. He is not. You have two fathers. One is perishable Father who gives birth to a perishable body. The other one is imperishable Father of imperishable soul. You sing, you are the Mother and Father. You remember Him, so He must surely have come. Must He not? Jagat Amba and Jagat Pita are sitting here. They are studying Raj Yoga. There was the kingdom of Lakshmi Narayan in paradise. They too existed in Bharat. People believe that heaven is somewhere up above. But the memorials of Lakshmi and Narayan are here and so they must surely have ruled their kingdom here. The Dilwara temple is the memorial of your present time. You are Raj Yogis. You have Kumaris and Kumaris are sitting here, and the memorial of this is created on the path of devotion. The name Dilwala also has a meaning. Who is the one who conquer your hearts? This Adi Dev and Adi Devi are studying Raj Yoga. They too would remember that incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. He is the highest on high, ocean of knowledge. He sits in the body of this Adidev and explains to you all children. They don't know anything about when that temple was built, why it was built, or whose memorial it is. They mention the name of so many goddesses: Kali, Durga, Annapurna, goddess of food. Who would be the goddess Annapurna who provide food for the whole world? Do you know which goddess fulfilled people's need for food? Bharat was heaven. There was plenty of material comforts there. Until you 80 to until only 80 to 90 years ago, you could still get 85 lbs of grain for 12 to 10 to 12 annas. That is 3/4 of a rupee. So everything would have been so cheap before that. In the golden age, grains etc. very good and cheap. However, no one understands even this. The Father comes here and teaches you soul. Soul listen through the physical senses. The soul have received these eyes with which to see and ears with which to hear. The Father says, I, the incorporeal, also take support of the body of this one. I am also called Shiv. People have given me many names: Rudra, Shiv, Somnath, but my one and only name is Shiv. Devotees have been remembering God and saying salutations to Shiv. It is now 2500 years since they had come into existence. On the path of devotion, there was at first unadulterated worship. You have now put me into the pebbles and stone. It is now the end of that devotion. I have come to take everyone back home. This old world is to end. Bombs have been manufactured, and so everyone will be destroyed in a short time. In the golden age, there are so few people. There are only 9 left. Where will all the rest go? There will be wars and earthquakes, etc. Destruction definitely has to take place. This one is Prajapita. There are so many Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. Who is the father of Brahma? Incorporeal Shiv. You are his granddaughter and grandsons. You are claiming your unlimited inheritance from Shiv Baba, so you have to remember him alone. It is by having remembrance that your burdens of sin will be removed. You know that this is a vicious, impure world. This golden world is a viceless world. There is no poison there. According to the system, everyone has own one son. There is never untimely death there. It is a land of happiness where there is so much sorrow. However, no one knows these things. They relate the Gita. The versions of Gita are the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Acha, who is God? They say that Shri Krishna. Oh, but he is young child. So how could he teach Raj Yoga? At that time, the world is not impure. The one who teaches Raj Yoga for salutation has to exist here. In the Gita, it is written, the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Gita of Rudra. There is no sacrificial fire of knowledge of Gita of Shri Krishna. This sacrificial fire has been continuing for so many years. When it will end, when the whole world is sacrificed into it, at the end of the sacrificial fire, they sacrifice everything into it. This sacrificial fire will continue till the end. This old world is going to end. The Father says, I am the death of all deaths. I have come to take everyone back home. I am teaching you so that you become the masters of heaven. You know that at this time all human beings are constantly unfortunate. In the golden age, you were constantly fortunate. Explain this difference to everyone. When people come here, they understand very well, but as soon as they return their home, everything is finished. Similarly, they make a promise in the jail of a womb and that they won't commit any more sin. Then, as soon as they come out, they begin to commit sin again. They are jailbirds. At this time, all human beings are jailbirds. They repeatedly enter the jail of a womb and experience punishment. The fathers say, I am now liberating you from becoming jailbirds of a womb. In the golden age, a womb is not called a jail. I have come to liberate you from this punishment. Now remember me, don't commit any sin, become conquerors of attachment. People sing minus one on alone, none other. They are not referring to Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna took 84 births and has now come and become Brahma. He is the one who will then become Sri Krishna again. This is why he has entered this body. This drama is predestined. God is now establishing the sun and moon dynasties. He is creating your reward for future. You are now making effort and create your reward for many births with the unlimited Father who is the creator of heaven. These matters have to be understood. Each actor has his own part in the drama. Why should we weep and wail about this? We remember the one Father while we are alive. We are not even concerned about these bodies. When we shed their old bodies, we will go to Baba. At this time, you serve Bharat so much. Your names are remembered as Annapurna, Durga, Kali, etc. There is not really any Kali with a fearsome form or Ganesh with an elephant trunk. Human beings are human beings. The Father now come and explain to you, I am making you children like Lakshmi and Narayan. Have the faith that you are claiming your inheritance from Baba and then in the future you will become prince and princesses. No one knows the Father who is the creator of heaven. They have even forgotten Jagat Amba, the one whose temples have been built are now sitting here in living form. After the Iron Age, there has to be Golden Age. People ask when destruction will take place. However, first of all, study and become clever. The Mahabharat war definitely took place, and it was only after that the gates of heaven opened. So the gates to heaven are now being opened through these mothers. They sing salutations to the mothers. It is only the pure who are praised. There are two types of mothers. One, there is a physical social worker, and other is spiritual social worker. This is spiritual pilgrimage. You know that we will shed our bodies and go back home. God speak man manab. Remember me, your father. Shri Krishna, the child, would not say this. He has his own father. No one understands the meaning of man manabha. The father says, remember me and your sin will be destroyed and you will receive wings with which you to fly. You are now changing from those with stone intellect with those divine intellects. The creator, the father of all is only one. There are also temples to Adidev and Adidevi. You, their children, are studying Raj Yoga here. It is here you did tapasya and so your memorials are in front of you. How did Lakshmi and Narayan receive their kingdom? That is their temple. You are Raj Rishi. You are now making effort to attain your kingdom or to attain your fortune of the kingdom of Bharat once again. You are establishing the kingdom of heaven in Bharat. You are serving Bharat with your own bodies, mind and wealth. You are liberating everyone from this impure kingdom of Ravan by following Father's Srimad. The Father is the liberator and liberator, the remover of sorrow and the bestower of happiness. He inspires the destruction of old world in order to remove your sorrow. He enables you to conquer your enemy so that you can become conqueror of Maya and conqueror of world. You claim the kingdom every cycle and then lose it. This is a sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra Shiv through which the flames of destruction emerge. All of them will be destroyed and you will be constantly happy. Sorrow begins in copper age. The father say, I come and change the residents of hell into residents of heaven. The iron is a brothel and the golden age is Shivalaya. You are being made into the masters of heaven by unlimited Father, and so your mercury of this happiness should rise. Acha, essence for dharana. First point, remember the Father as long as you live and claim your right to the inheritance. Don't concerned about anything. Second point, do the service of making Bharat into heaven by using your body, mind and wealth according to Srimad and show everyone the way to the liberated from Rama. Blessing. May you be a world transformer who burns away the rubbish of the world with an intense fire of yoga. Detail. All the rubbish of impurities can be burnt away with the intense fire of yoga, that is the fire of love and power of elevated thoughts. In the memorial of the goddess, it is shown that the devilish parts were finished in an intense fire. That memorial is of the present time. So first of all, become an intense form of fire and burn away devilish sanskar and nature and become completely pure. You will then become an instrument for world transformation and burn the rubbish of the world in a fire of yoga and purity. Slogan for today is, an obedient soul is one who is free from following the dictates of himself and others and constantly follows Srimad. I'm repeating, an obedient soul is one who is free from following the dictates of himself and others and constantly follows Srimad. Acha, Om Shanti.